Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the Joytoy Warhammer 40k Ultramarines Primaris Captain with Power Sword and Plasma Pistol. Here's the packaging that it comes in. These are recommended for adult collectors ages 15 and older, and these are 1/18 scale action figures. Here's the back of the packaging. Here's the top of the packaging. Bottom's the same. Here's the side of the box. The other side of the box. And here's our captain outside the packaging. My first impressions was like, believe it or not, I was like, wow, there is a lot of detail that just didn't come across on me on the packaging with product images. So yeah, the blue is really nice. All the detailing is incredible. We'll take a look at all this here. Very cool. So let's take a look at him. Is this blue helmet, the iron skull, done in like a gunmetal with black eyes painted, red eyes on the helmet. The silver on the side, the tubes and cylinder there. You see the head does rotate 360. And on the back, you have just two little cylinders there. Tolerance is a little tight, but not bad. Hit the side to side, front and back. On the chest, we have the skull and wings in gold. We do have these red plastic ribbons. Here, this is more stiffer than these tassel parts here. Then we have this skull in this kind of a cross design. Very nicely painted. The pauldrons are very cool. They have the gold trim. They have this, I guess, laurel here. Design with a white skull. That's all 3D. You see the layers. Then we have a painted yellow stripe. Here in the upper back, you do have this silver. That's where you put your power pack. On this side, we have the gold trim pauldron also with the Ultramarines painted on logo. Moving down his arm, just power armor. And then on this side, he has the power armor with the gauntlet that has a gold iron skull on it. Black eyes. Pretty nice. Now this belt got a lot of detail. This pauldron is incredible. So let's take a look at it again. Let's take a look at the articulation of the arms before we get to the belt. They do rotate 360. This is the version 2 mold. Not much on the up because of the pauldron hitting the top of the shoulders. There's a bicep swivel 360, double jointed elbows. Hands go up and down, in and out, all the way around, and every which way you could ask for. The chest can go back pretty far. Kind of gets stopped too. You don't get that gappage on this figure, which is very interesting how they did that. Maybe some kind of improvement. You can look down. Then he has the waist swivel. You can clear all that stuff on this belt, which is fantastic. So let's take a look at that belt now. You got this very large round here. This is very cool, like a talisman type. The iron skull on it, gold and just silver tips hanging on there. That's also removable. It's just on a peg. This piece is super stiff. This is very hard plastic. You got his bones in the box, purity seal. It's kind of folded over. You can't even bend that. This sword sleeve is incredibly detailed. I love the gold on it. The red. Here we have an empty gun case for his plasma pistol. Then we have a bolt pistol here with the large purity seal attached to it. So you do get a lot just on his person. I see detail for the captain. The back here, just a couple of silver studs there on the back. Lower body, I can't really move that because it's so stiff. Twist the leg out. We have the knee pad with the white Ultramarines logo. This is Ultra with the ribbon. This has the yellow stripe on. Very, very cool. So it does have the thigh swivel right there. I keep knocking the camera around. Double jointed knees. His feet do pivot down and up underneath the power armor. And you have the rocker side to side. Nice figure. He feels solid. The joints. So kind of like a soft ratcheting going on in the arms. You can see the articulation in the hand. Looks very nice. And it's a nice figure, and then you get a lot on the figure, let alone you get a bunch more stuff that comes with this figure. So he's a well-rounded Ultramarine captain, in my opinion. Now you do get this alternate head. Yes, 2 service studs there on his forehead. He looks pretty mean. That's part of the helmet. We have this type of attachment. This is a laurel piece, or just represent him as a captain. It's pretty cool. Here's our captain with the alternate head on. He looks very, very nice. Very cool. When his helmet he just took off. One thing I did notice, though, you got to be very careful, is when you put this head on, you're gonna have to heat this to resize that hole in the neck. When you're pushing down on the head, you're gonna break these. So when you try to push on, try to put your finger on the top of his head and not on this laurel piece, because that's gonna snap off and that's gonna make you very, very unhappy. Next up, we have his power pack, which is awesome. It's just basically one we've always seen, but it has the white painted on skull, which makes it even cooler. The gunmetal vents, silver little studs there, pretty nice. And then the hose is painted in the back, which is very cool for Joytoy to do, getting all that detail. And this goes on his back. Gotta be very careful with those. That's how that looks. Very nice. So there we go. And then you can see the backpack above his head there. Next we have his plasma pistol. We have the black housing with the silver handle and throughout. We have the blue plasma paint. This is very cool. I think this is a first for right here. If you remember on the other plasma pistols. The blue coil. Kind of an attempt at a drill barrel. Looks really good for the captain. Let's see here. Wow, the hands are stiff. A little flexibility there. Can I get it without me thinking I'm going to break it? Yeah, I can get it. No sweat. Recommend heating that though. There you go. It looks pretty nice. Holds it really cool. Nice and straight. Okay, it comes with some extra hands. You got a set of fist hands here. If you want to go one-on-one with your enemies, and then the 2 other hands you get is a gripping and a trigger hand for the other side. Pretty cool. Now he does come with a power sword. Here we go. Very nice. The gold and red and the gunmetal-ish silverish color with the power nodes. Pretty nice there. And then you notice we have the design here, the tip. These are kind of like blood letters. Once you stick it into somebody, and then these fill with blood or tissue, and then they can pull out or they can rip out and even bring more damage to his enemies. And then you do get something different I've never seen before, is you get a defeated power sword. A broken, cut in half type power sword. You can see it's the same handle and everything, like he's been defeated in battle. The very first time we've seen these. This is pretty cool. And there he is holding his power sword. It's awesome. And then you can put the power sword in his sleeve here. Maybe. Maybe not. That's actually... what is going on here? That's actually not even cut out. It's a solid piece. Inside there, if you can see that or not. Huh. So maybe it's not a defeated sword. Maybe it's just at a poor attempt. But you can't even get that in there. What is going on? Yeah, I don't know. That's actually not... this doesn't even fit in there. It's actually too wide. Well, I want a good figure, right? Alright, so at least you can, maybe it has to be heated or stretched out. I don't know. You do get a stand. It's not needed. They do stand very well. And then you get a cape. Spit it out. Kind of just like this defeated now, since my sword doesn't fit in there. It's just really weird. This is cool because it has the blue, so you're used to seeing the red line mark on the cape. Of course, it's still red with the black wash on the back. Be very careful when you take these off and break the pins. And this will just sit. And it usually, yeah, see, that's cut perfectly. Just back on. It'll hold that on from falling off. Pretty good. Oh, I've ruffled his feathers too much trying to get that sword in. So that's our captain and all the stuff you get. You do get a lot, but like, what in the world was he thinking when it came down to that sword sleeve? Such a beautiful sword sleeve too, and then you can't utilize it. Like, I just don't understand what these companies are thinking sometimes. Like, this just makes absolutely no sense. Is this some kind of cost? Does this come off? Yes. Is this some kind of cost-saving attempt to... I don't understand. Well, I kind of do if this is just one piece. One mold instead of two. That makes sense. That's not fitting. There's some gold paint in there. Seems like if you put this corner in, and you would think optical illusion, you think you'd want to. Don't know why. I might. Oh wait. Jeez. Ugh. Yeah, probably some heating. You probably can get that, but this it's pointless because, I mean, you can't draw the sword. Wow, that hurt. Oh, there you go. So I'm not taking that out of there. So if you have it wielded, maybe over time it'll loosen up enough to where you can take it in and out, but that's terrible. Alright, so there he is. You know, I do recommend it, Vigor, because he's awesome. I think he's about $40. He's kind of perfect. The figure's perfect. But two things I don't like is this is too stiff. It should be more flexible like the other, kind of like what they use for this. This is no reason for it to be that hard. Aesthetically, it's beautiful. But this lack of playability is just, obviously you can see the sword's bigger than that sleeve. That's definitely either a cost-saving attempt at Joytoy or just poor design. Yeah. Now, is this a defeat or a no buy this figure for you guys? Let me know in the comments what you think. Does this make you say, nah, pass? Or, I can get by this because I have, the actual, figure's nice. Or if you put this on here, you can pretend like he has two power swords, but one is always in the sleeve, fortunately. So, it does kick it back a lot because of the handle. Bring the arm around. And that thing's just in the way when you're trying to move it ahead. And then maybe, I don't know how this is going to look, if it makes sense in the Warhammer lore, but I guess that's where we are with this figure, right? You have options. Does it always have a drawn appearance versus dual wield? I mean, can you have two power swords? I don't know. This is a shame. I'm trying to show you guys what that looks like. There he is. Pretty cool for the most part, except for what we just talked about. Alright guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below, and we'll see you in our next review.